friends, this is the Cryptonian taking a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin currently at 29,760. We can see here that Bitcoin is down here once again at the 200 moving average. And so we can see that here it's the fourth time that we've been at the moving average. So it's a sign of weakness. We did have a rejection here off of the point of control. Point of control coming in at 30,300. And if you recall in a previous video, I said that we had to get above the point of control. We had to hit at least 30, 1,900, 31,000 to hold on to this range, meaning we would have to have a nice bullish move higher here to kind of reset everything. And that didn't take place, and there's a reason for that. I'll get to that in a minute. The volatility still very low. Low volatility, low volume, low participation. So we're having some issues here as far as follow through. So that's why we're still not breaking up, breaking higher like many people expected. Now, that being said, taking a look at our window here on the 4-hour statistics, RSI is 43, so that's showing weakness. EMA is bearish because we are in this red corrective cloud here going down. DMA is bullish, but I don't expect that to stay bullish for very long. It's just because of all this volatility here. We're in contraction, reversal no. Daily pivots, 30,054, that's the daily pivot, and we're below that, and we're even below the first S1, which is the first area or level of support, which is 29,758, right? Excuse me. So at this point, not much going on. I'm not expecting Bitcoin to do much until the Fed meeting coming up this week, Wednesday. We can see here that the Fed press conference, or excuse me, Fed interest rate decision is going to be at 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. on the 26th, which is Wednesday. And the forecast is a 0.25% increase. Currently, the Fed interest rate is 5.25, and an increase to 5.5 is pretty much what they've been saying or hinting at in the previous meetings. But if for some reason that doesn't occur, and the Feds are, I don't know, like dovish, or if they don't raise interest rate, or if they say something like, we're done raising for the year, or maybe even done raising altogether, which I don't think will happen, by the way. They may say we're done raising for now and just wait and see. But if they do have some good news, like, we're done raising for the year, the markets will respond positively to that. And so Bitcoin could go higher and the markets could go higher from this point. However, if they raise again another 0.25%, it's not going to be good for Bitcoin in the market, right? It may take the markets some time to digest it. The markets may have already priced it in. We just really don't know. But yeah, if that occurs, it's going to be pretty much business as usual. That being said, after that, we have the GDP growth rate quarter over quarter. That is forecasted to come in less, which is not good because GDP growth is in contraction. And of course, it's not surprising because that's what Powell wants, right? Powell is trying to slow the economy down. But that slowing the economy action does have an effect on the financial markets, right? And productivity, et cetera, and earnings, right, over time for companies, and that negatively affects the market. So also we have durable good orders month over month. Previous is 1.7, forecasted is 0.7, so that is a more than 50% decrease in durable good orders. So that shows the economy is slowing down as well. And again, long term, that could spell trouble for the markets. Anyway, after that we have, let's see what we have after that. Personal income month over month, which is pretty much the same, slightly higher from zero point 0.4 to zero point 0.5, and personal spending month over month, which is actually forecasted to be higher than the previous. So showing that there's no real negative change there. So depends on how Powell interprets these things, and how Powell interprets what's going on in the markets, and you know, et cetera, et cetera. We don't really know what his position is yet. We're suspecting a 0.25% increase, but just have to wait and see. So that'll be Wednesday. I'm not expecting Bitcoin to do much until then, until we get some kind of a decision here. So we'll just have to wait and see. Volatility volume ultimately very, very low, and so there could be a big move coming. Should be a big move coming with such low volatility, but we just uh, have not had a big move yet. So we're still waiting for that. The markets currently, they're in correction. First, 1 inch is 3.7% down. Aave 1.3%. So pretty much Bitcoin, when Bitcoin goes down, shows weakness, and that's what we're seeing here. All of this is weakness. Then the market is affected the same way, right? The market shows weakness as well. So this is not anything new. It's not something that we didn't expect. Um, so again, now there may be some kind of a rally going into the FOMC meeting, or excuse me, the Fed meeting. So we may have. Sometimes we see a lot of volatility going into these meetings where you have large players. They try to manipulate, and if they think maybe there's going to be some new decision that's positive for the market, they pump it or whatever, and then usually they dump it, right? So be aware of that. But that's pretty much it for now. Not much of a change. We're just waiting for Wednesday and subsequent decisions based on the economy, and economic news and the Fed interest rate. So once we get past this week, you know, then we will kind of see the direction of the market. But right now it's more of a wait and see attitude, and so yeah, that's where we're at. On the daily, let's take a look at the daily here for Bitcoin daily. I mean, you can see this is weakness, and I discussed in previous videos about the weekly candle that was bearish, and I expected some you know uh, like a pullback or some type of negative price action, and that's pretty much what we've been seeing. So that was kind of uh, a telltale sign of this weakness setting in, right? RSI 47 slightly under the midline, which is a little weak, and EMA is still bullish. I mean, we're still in a healthy uptrend on the daily and the weekly, very strong on the weekly. We're just in a um, temporary correction or fade because of the FOMC, the Fed meeting, and the area where we're in. Right, we're starting to lose this range, and that's not surprising just because of everything that's been going on. And on the daily, currently we're in expansion. So on the daily, you can see here we're in expansion, but that expansion move was to the downside. Now that is already showing that the power in that move is over, because we see a yellow line, which is indicative of that being over. However, that's also because we're coming into support. Now, if we break that support, then that line will then go into another expansion and higher volatility as we accelerate down. So that being said, targets to the downside. Um, Targets to the downside, 50 moving average on the daily, that's at 29,440, something like that. Zero point 0.5 fib on the daily, 28,295. And then we see that right here in the middle of this volume area, previous volume area, a level down, 27,620, 27,500 is probably also significant. And by the way, that 27,500 is the golden pocket zero point 0.6 Fibonacci retracement from this move here. So that's a very, very likely scenario if we have a accelerating pullback or correction. Not saying that we will have it, but just saying that that's a very logical price point. Like I said, the market pulling back, not doing much, not expecting much this week. So there you have it, friends. Appreciate your time. I don't want to make a real long video. I want to keep it short and sweet. We'll just wait and see what happens this week and today. Thank you for watching. Please click like, please click subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.